How do you make a film?
Oh, I have a sandwich this morning and it's really good.
How do you make a film?
No money, no.
How do you make a film?
Oh, I quit smoking for 2 years.
How do you make a film?
Well, I think film is...
Alright, thank you.
Wait.
So, what is film? A film is a work of visual art that stimulates experiences and other communicates ideas, stories, perceptions, feelings, beauty, or atmosphere through the use of moving images. Babe, is that what Google says?
Yes, it is.
The word film used to be a luxury to most people. Back in the days when digital camera hasn't been invented, movie industry used film cameras for movie production. Except for the cost of labor force and human resources, the film itself used for camera rolling is also highly expensive, which is the reason why most movies are shot in 24 or 25 frames per second. Because the directors was trying to save more films. Nowadays, with the technology innovations, the cost of making a film is much lower. Despite the increasing convenience in filming gears, well, we're not just talking about cameras today, so let's focus on filmmaking. The first thing you need to know is the difference between a film and a short video. For a short video, the creators can present anything, maybe a video clip or a series of video clips, it doesn't matter. But for a film, it is about storytelling, which means you need to give it thought before diving into the shooting part. And this is basically what we call pre-production. Creators usually spend most of their time on the pre-production part during a cycle of creating new content. Pre-production is a pillar of a film. I often separate the process into 3 parts to make myself more organized in working. They are ideas, script, and schedule. I would highly recommend you guys develop the habit of taking notes so that every time you have a good idea, just write it on the paper or just on your phone. There's an app that I often use to write down and link up my thoughts called Xmind. Oh, please relax, there's no sponsorship here. It's a mind mapping app like decision trees. It's basically free and it's really easy to use. The next thing to do is to prepare the script. If you want to film a story, write a story. If you want to teach people of doing something, write down the whole process with all the details you want to elaborate until the end. And don't worry about the proper script format. Just write down what happens, when and where it happens, who says what, in a format that suits you. Then, make a schedule for the shooting day. Take all the shots and figure out the most logical order to shoot them. If the shooting is happening outside, you will definitely want to arrange your time properly, because sunlight will be the main source of lighting for an open scene. And when the sun moves, the exposure changes with. Judging from my shooting experience, the best time of the day to shoot outside is between 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. You may want to check the shooting location in advance, take some pictures, and most importantly, make sure you are allowed to shoot in that place. Please, just trust me on this one. Next, let's go for the actual shooting. First, decide the resolution and frame rate for your film. Choose 1080p for the most convenience in editing and the most flexibility in memory card storage. Or choose 4K for higher texture quality. But honestly, people can't tell the difference from most phones and tablets, so it doesn't matter. Shoot in 50 frames per second or even higher in case you need slow motion afterward. You know, many people came to me with the thought that they need a camera to start filming and they want my opinion on which brand and model they should choose. Stop it.
If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.
I mean, do you really need a professional camera? It takes people months or even years to know their camera equipment. So if you know your camera, use it. Otherwise, just use the phone. Remember that audio is as important as photograph. Trust me, because you guys won't stay on this video if my voice sounds like this. Try to record your voice in a silent and closed room if you want to do the dubbing afterwards. Congratulations, you made it to the final part. Now let's talk about editing. Personally, I think the most important part in editing is DIT. In a post-production crew, DIT's job is to copy and paste all the video and audio files from camera, sound recording device to the editing computer, and make sure all the files are intact. To make the editing work easier, you definitely don't want to keep the different files in the same folder, especially when you are filming on several days. Try to organize the file in this way. First, date, followed by the name of the camera used, and remember, only use Lodash to connect different words to avoid error. If you know nothing about edit, it's okay. Spend about an hour on Bilibili or YouTube watching tutorials. Just learn the basic things about cutting, like how to bring the clips in, how you cut them, then you'll be able to cut your film while you figure out the rest at the same time. For the software, I recommend CapCut, produced by the TikTok, given the Chinese name 剪映. It's totally free and it's overpowerful. Most importantly, CapCut provides thousands of royalty-free music, sound effect, and text, which will save you a lot of money and time. If you want to try something fancy, I would recommend the editing tool I'm using right now, the DaVinci Resolve, widely used by Hollywood for its color grading techniques. It's a little complex, but it's definitely worth learning. Well, if you have little editing experience, show your final work to your friends and families before exporting. Learn from their suggestions and make adjustments. After all, your audience will be general public just like them. I remember when I was 18, right in the first year of my college, I created my first film with a few friends. Even though it looks so immature and boring actually, I mean, we made it, me and my crew. I can still remember all the nights we spent together working on the script and lines. The first time I saw my work on the big screen in front of the whole school, oh my god, it's all worth it. Even though I didn't follow the path to be a professional director or photographer, I am still creating, imagining, and learning from this film world. For the question at the beginning about how to create a film, I think it's more like a question like, what does it take to create a film? With the oversaturation in this camera people industry, there are so many creators. I just hope you guys find your true interest and stick with it. I will see you next time.